XBD.
Woo! Oh my god. Thank God, guys. Thank God, because the Morissette signature EP, within 1 hour of it getting released, and I'm putting the microphone close to myself because this is how hype I am, went to the #1 charts on iTunes here in the Philippines. It's the #1 EP in the country. And before I start off this video, I just want to say thank you so much for everybody, all of the Moe-natics, all of my personal friends, or people who follow me, for supporting Moe, Dave, Team Phoenix, me as well, everyone involved in this project. And of course, special thanks to Moe and Dave for trusting me with this project. Of course, shout out to God. Everything good that happens through him. Without further ado, let us dive into Trophy. And I asked the Moe-natic if you wanted me to do a breakdown of any song off of the EP, which song would it be? Out of the 5 choices, majority of people chose Trophy. Just so happens to be my personal favorite off of the EP, and it was just the easiest and the funnest one for me to produce. It came together super quickly. So let me give you a brief explanation on how me, Dave, and Moe usually work on the music. Dave and Moe will write something. They'll write the song, send me a really rough demo. Either Dave is playing guitar, Moe is singing on her piano, something to that effect. Put it into my DAW, and I'll make it fit. I'll find an appropriate tempo for it, and then I'll put all of my markers and all that stuff. Then I start building it from there, and then I keep sending them like little demos up until they say, this is exactly what we want. They will go and record and do the vocal arrangements by themselves. I'm not a singer. The two of them are. They know themselves better, and I trust them for their vocal arrangements. They did not disappoint on this one, but I will say pretty much half of the entire project are Moe's vocals. There's a lot of vocal stacking on this one. I'm usually the one who handles probably like 90 to 95% of the music. Sometimes Dave will hear something and then he'll send me, hey, I like the synth part. Hey, I like this guitar part. Do you think you can integrate it somehow? And then I'll take it and I'll run with it. So 95% of the music creation and all of the sounds and stuff, that's me. All of the vocal production is Dave and Moe, and that's how we kind of divide everything. And another note is that all of these are audio files because I produce everything in Ableton. Once everything is done, the arrangement is good, I get the go-ahead from Dave and Moe, then I bounce it out and go into Studio One for mixing. But with all that out of the way, let's break down this track section by section, track by track, see what is interesting in this track. So this track was heavily inspired by modern pop reggae tracks, especially like Side to Side. Liquor Store Blues by Bruno Mars, Home With You by Madison Beer, Just Friends by Anne-Marie and Marshmello, and also Bloodline by Ariana Grande. Listen to those for pretty much a solid week and see what my ear can pick up, and then I come up with something. The first thing that we need for reggae, and especially because I'm a guitar player, I start with the guitar, is we need those skanky guitars. So this is usually what we got. The guitar that I used in this song was my Relic J-Craft, loaded with bare knuckle 52 staggereds. So thanks Bare Knuckle and thanks J-Craft. For everything else on this EP, all the guitars, I'm using Line 6 Helix. And something that I also wanted from the guitars that I heard on Side to Side was that it had a wah on it, but I wanted the skank without the wah, but I wanted the wah in the background. So I just added a wah and I sidechained it to the original guitar. I use a jazz bass to play this bass part. Then if I recall correctly, this is when I started working on the drums. So with the kick drums, I'm not sure what sample that I used. I think these are Paul Maubrey samples. They hit really hard. And of course we have to put our snares on 2 and 4. The snare, I wanted it to sound almost like the snare in Genie in a Bottle. It has like this weird pancake sound, but I don't know, just a little bit nostalgic. Because we're in the 2000s, trap music is everywhere. You gotta have the candy snare, man, in the background. To round off the drums, of course we have the hi-hat, trap hi-hat. I think this is like a cymatics loop that I found that just worked. I like my hi-hats to have a little bit of character. This one has my signature, in my opinion, which is a flanger on it. So it has a little bit of side-to-side, hey, Ariana Grande. It has a little bit of side-to-side movement. Gotta have that fat sub. For my subs, you can use anything you want as long as you distort them properly, but I am using Sublab. Gotta make sure your subs are not boring. That's why we got them bendy subs. The first hook, what they wanted was they kind of wanted that. And the way how I envisioned it, that's when all the single ladies background dancers come out. It goes. Back into the verse, which has pretty much the same things. The difference that Moe and Dave wanted is that the lyrics go, consume all my energy, and they wanted like a kind of sound. So I use Tape Stop plugin. You can use 8 million. They all accomplish the same thing. And I just really wanted kind of like a bass fill here, but I wanted it to be, you know, subby. Now we're going to move on to my personal favorite of this song, and just in general, which is the organ and, of course, the horny horns. So, which in my opinion is a staple in actual reggae, which, you know, I wanted to introduce as many real reggae elements as possible into this song. For the horns, I am triple tracking them. I believe one is Output Substance, if I remember correctly. This one is Session Horns Pro, and then this one is like some Ableton.
What did he say?
Ableton Horns sample pack. My other favorite part of this song is the bridge, because this is kind of where I wanted more classical reggae type themes to shine through those hits. And of course the horns got some glissando notes going up into those parts. You can't forget the reggae timbales. We gotta have those. And that's it for majority of the musical elements before we get to all of the vocals. And guys, I was not joking when I said her vocals literally take up half of the session. Thankfully, Dave, thank you for tuning a lot of these. Let's start from the bridge.
Hold on me, can't you see? Fantasy ain't reality, no. Hold on me. Can't you see your fantasy ain't reality? No, don't me. Can't you see you're stuck in your silly little fantasy? Oh, I don't exist for your happiness, and I don't expect for you to do the same.
And the backing vocals actually inspired the horn parts. Gotta double it with the horns.
Happiness, and I don't expect for you to do the same. I'm not the cure to your loneliness, and I am about
One of my personal favorites in terms of the horn arrangement, I just want to showcase this part in particular. And ladies and gentlemen, that is Trophy. If you made it this far with all of the like weird technical stuff that's in here, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you again to Team Phoenix. Thank you to Streaky Mastering, who was the one who mastered this track. To Dave and Moe. Love you guys. You already know that. I still love you still. And thank you for watching, and thank you in advance for subscribing to my YouTube channel. If you guys want to see more of these, let me know. Thank you to all of the Moenatics for getting this record onto #1 in the iTunes albums charts here in the Philippines. That is incredible, and that is a personal milestone in my career. Thank you so much to everybody. So if you haven't already, go stream, buy, share with all of your friends, tell your lola, tell your uncle, tell your driver, tell everybody, and listen to Morissette's latest record. Thank you again. Peace.